How much would you pay to go out on a date with someone?
What?
$50? $100?
Why are you paying?
What do I get out of it?
How about $200 for 2 hours with Mr. Right Here, Right Now?
That's pretty steep.
That's just like an escort service, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Obviously, I'm not interested in your services, Brooke. One of our listeners, though, Brett,
Wow, that kind of hurt.
emailed us saying he paid for his date and he was extremely satisfied with the result.
What?
He's on the phone right now. Brett, did you tip 15%, 20%? What's customary for a pay for date?
Still service, right?
I mean, Alexis, you take money for dates. What would you accept as a tip?
Don't answer that.
Really? I mean,
She's thinking.
Oh my
okay,
God.
back to the guy on the phone. Back to the guy on the phone.
Oh, okay, that's all right. We can talk to Brett. Brett, how's it going, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Wait,
Good.
Brett, it's making it sound like you hired an escort service for a date.
There's
Is that-
nothing wrong with that,
Is that
Brooke.
is that what happened?
Well, that's illegal. We
No, it was like a website I went to, and there was ladies on it, and I picked one.
You get to pick?
Okay,
yeah.
I'll tell you why she's not calling you back, because you didn't pay for another date.
Yeah, that's true. Transaction's
This
over.
isn't,
A mystery.
she's not going to fall in love with you.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are misunderstanding. It's not like that. It's like one of those dating sites where you have to pay monthly.
Oh, this is mad.
You're just
Wow.
paying a subscription to a dating
Yeah,
site.
it's called a membership.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Say
that is
bro.
a lot different.
Say that.
Could have led with that one.
This just got a whole lot less interesting, but I guess we'll keep going. Brett, so tell us about the girl that you met on this dating site. What's her name?
Her name's Paige,
Okay.
and she was like so hot. It made me never want to go back to the free dating sites ever again.
Okay.
Dang.
So this was your first match.
Yeah, it was first match, and I talked to her online. We had a nice conversation. I asked her about like what kind of food she likes to eat, and we had the same taste of food, which is basically like Mexican food. So
That's good. You have food in common.
Well,
That's
I
great.
mean, you're feeling like you're getting your money's worth for this subscription if it's already matching up this quickly.
I know.
I don't know. I feel like I could walk on the street and meet someone that likes Mexican food.
Harder than you think,
But not a hot
Alexis.
person.
That's true.
You know?
All right, so you have Mexican in common. What'd you guys do for your date?
So we go to a restaurant, Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
and
right. Saw that coming.
Wow. You are smooth. What a transition.
Surprise.
it wasn't like a casual one. It was one of those fancy Mexican restaurants, you know?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been to those.
Where,
I like
like,
that.
you're
Yeah.
paying $20 for a taco and you're like, I don't know why.
But they assembled the table side.
Yeah, they grated the cotija cheese right directly onto it. That's classy, dude.
Those are cool, though.
How did that go?
Well, I guess it went kind of weird.
Weird.
So when she showed up, she was just looked so amazing. She was so beautiful. And so, I don't know, maybe I was kind of nervous talking to her.
That makes sense.
Why do you say that?
Well, so like it seemed okay when we first started talking. She seemed a little quiet. But then as the night went on, her mood started changing. And it almost seemed like she got upset or something was bothering her, or she just seemed like sad. I'm not exactly sure.
Was there anything specific you guys were talking about that would fall into the sad realm? Like,
Talking about all our dead relatives.
yeah, or like a
No.
childhood pet you had to put down or something? Where'd you
What kind
go?
of dates do you go on?
I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
It's a
if
good
that's-
question.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Was the conversation leading her down that sadness path?
No, we just started talking about normal stuff like travel and like animals. And then she just kept getting more and more quiet.
I mean, maybe there's something going on in her life that you don't know about, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume. At one point, I even asked her if everything was okay, and she didn't really say anything.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Oh.
That means it's not.
Yikes. Okay.
How did you wrap it up?
So I ordered dessert, and she leaves before the dessert comes, so I just sit there by myself and I eat both desserts.
Whoa. She walked out in the middle of it?
That's kind of cool, though. 2 flans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm just kidding. That sucks.
Yeah, so like she just said, I'm not into this anymore.
Wow.
And she goes to get up, and I'm like, I can't leave. I just ordered dessert, but she leaves anyway.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
Oh my! Did you ask the dating website for a refund on your $20 a month?
I should.
Yeah. Well, looking back on the whole night,
crazy.
that's so weird. What do you think could have possibly gone wrong?
I don't know. I mean, I think I look like my pictures. My breath stink.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put my foot in my mouth, but I don't know it.
Like literally?
I just love that this is men's overanalyzing of a date.
Yeah.
Because if it was me that this happened to, I would have 86 reasons
Like
why they weren't
dissected
calling him back.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I think I tied my tie a little bit weird.
Yeah, I do
We're
the
gonna
same.
put deodorant on my left pit.
Yeah.
Maybe that
I
was
don't
it.
know.
It's not like she was in a bad mood the whole way through, but
Yeah.
things got worse and worse as the date went on.
Yeah, that is
So-
weird.
Are you mad? Like, do you want an explanation or do you want to go out with her again?
Well, yeah, she's hot, so duh, yeah, I want to go out with her.
Yeah, Brooke.
Okay.
Stupid question.
Sorry. Forgot treating people with kindness and respect wasn't on the table. My
You
bad.
can't get both.
Yeah.
But you're hoping to figure out what it was that set her off, basically made her leave.
I don't know. I want you guys to figure it out if you can.
Oh, yeah. That's why you emailed us, huh?
Yeah.
That's why we're on the phone.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we should do our jobs.
All right.
Okay, let's do that. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Paige for you and try and get your second date.
All right, thank you.
All right, hold on. Just tuning in for the second date, one of our listeners, Brett, is on the phone. And I think we've all had at least one date like Brett went on recently, where you're sitting down at the table, and you haven't done anything or said anything wrong, but for some reason, you just sense that it's going bad.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
It's
Yeah.
off.
Brett's date ended up leaving the restaurant before dessert even came.
Oh
mean,
my goodness.
That is so rude. Like, I would only do that if someone was incredibly disrespectful
Yeah.
or, you know, like, I just can't imagine.
You finish the meal and then you leave immediately.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's why he wants our help. Now, Brett, we've been talking for a few minutes now, kind of like we're on a date.
No, Jeff.
How do you feel like this is going? Do you hear us getting quieter? Does Brooke, Alexis, or Jose sound sad talking
I
to
think
you?
I'm gonna leave.
We just
Right
played a
now.
song or
I
two.
saw the urge in Alexis's eyes to get up and go.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how hot you guys are.
Oh, wow. Wow, Brett. So that's all that matters to you.
That's
okay?
a good point. I forgot to point out that Brett's date was extremely hot,
Yeah.
so he's desperate to find some
I'd
answers.
say 3/4 of the room is hot. You guess who the ugly one is. You do that on your own.
Oh, I was going to give it only to Alexis.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no. You guys are all sexy.
And that's only by comparison because she's young. You know?
All right, Brett. We're going to stop focusing on how hot we all are.
Oh, I
Okay.
like that part.
Although it's really fun to do.
Yeah.
Instead, let's just do your second date. I'm going to dial Paige's number right now. You ready?
Okay, if you guys can help me out here, that'd be great. Because she's very hot.
Okay, we got
All
that.
right.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Reminder.
Thank you for
Got
the
it, bro.
reminder. Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Paige.
this is she. Who's this?
Hi, Paige. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. What is this about?
This is about a second date. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's a segment that we do on the radio from time to time. It's where if you go out with...
Okay.
Every
What?
day, but okay.
Well,
That's time to time.
Yeah.
Over and over.
a day is a time, Brooke. Why are you trying to undermine me? Here we go.
Just trying to make sure she understands.
Okay.
This is new to us.
All right, but Paige, the reason that we're calling you is because you went out with somebody recently and they've been trying to get a hold of you, but have had a hard time getting in touch. And they're hoping to figure out why.
Okay.
You had a pretty dramatic exit on the date, so I'm guessing you're going to remember.
I don't know. According to this person, you're very hot. So I assume that you have a lot of dates.
Oh.
Can you confirm that you are hot, please?
What?
Wait. What is going on? What do I need to do?
Okay, I'm just going to tell you, we got an email about you from a guy named
Okay.
Brett.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. That was actually last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Brett told us about the date from his perspective. How do you feel like it went?
Not great.
It seems like more than not great.
Yeah.
That's what we heard.
Like, did he do something rude or did he say something to offend you?
I don't know. I was disappointed, I guess.
The reason why we ask is because Brett told us it seemed like you got quieter and quieter as the night went on, to the point where you guys were barely talking.
Oh. So he's just been talking about me?
Well, he was giving us his side of the date.
Yeah, remember, we're
Sure.
trying to figure out, like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's just weird that he's just like talking or like spreading whatever his perspective of me is. Like I barely know him.
But the whole point is that he had a really nice time up to the point when you decided to leave.
That's good. I don't know. I'm just not very happy with him still, I guess.
Okay.
What did he do? I mean, the problem is if you're unhappy, he honestly has no idea what he did wrong. So he can't like correct a
Interesting.
behavior or apologize for something that he doesn't know about.
I don't know. I don't really believe that he doesn't know what was wrong, at least at this point. Like,
So you feel like it was something pretty obvious.
yeah.
He's an idiot then because he has no idea. I actually believe him on that part.
Yeah, most of us dudes are idiots, so.
And he'd really appreciate if you could tell us what the problem was so that we could pass it along to him, and that way he can be less of an idiot on future dates.
I mean, okay, well, like, honestly, I do get asked out, like, a lot. So sometimes I have to, like, weed through guys and I take a chance on someone and, like, you know, hopefully something will work out.
Yeah.
And I ended up, like, not doing plans with some friends that I had because it was my 25th birthday weekend, actually, like, that weekend. And
Oh.
I, like,
Happy birthday.
thank you. And I skipped out on some plans with my friends so I could go on a date because I thought a birthday date, hell yeah, like, that'll be great. But he didn't know it was my birthday weekend. Like, I don't understand how he didn't look at my profile and see that these are the dates. Like, he asked me out, like, he should have been aware.
Did you actually tell him that it was your birthday weekend, or it's just on the website?
No, I just assumed he would put two and two together. Like, I figured he wanted to ask me out this weekend so he could, like, impress me.
Wait,
All
hold
right.
on. You skipped birthday celebrations with your friends to go out with a
Well,
guy
like,
you'd
one
never
night.
met,
Yeah.
and then you were mad at him for not.
Well, because he
Picking
was
up
gonna,
the
she
slack?
thought he'd spoil her for her birthday, and then he didn't.
He took her out to a nice dinner. What did you want?
I'd be let
I mean,
down,
it's a
too.
first date.
I mean, he should have at least brought flowers or something, and maybe, like, a little gift or something. Just, I don't know, like...
You're speaking my language.
Are you being serious, Alexis? Like, you honestly expect a guy you've never met to buy you
They
things?
should've-
I would be creeped
They
out.
should have looked at you on other social media, figured out it was your birthday.
In a heartbeat.
No.
If I knew it was her birthday in a heartbeat,
Do
I'd
your
bring
research.
flowers and everything. But if you didn't
But
know,
you
didn't know.
didn't tell him. You never
Yeah.
talked to him about it.
I didn't have to. If he had a brain, he could have seen it on my profile. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't look past the pictures on the dating site.
What? It could have been his
fault.
birthday. Did you know that? Did you look at his profile? Do you know where his birthday is?
Let me ask you something, Paige. How do you know that Brett wasn't waiting until after dessert to give you your birthday flowers and your 17 birthday gifts?
Maybe he had a mariachi band in the wings just waiting to come out and sing.
That he was going to bring you in with a stretch limo.
what, did he tell you he was going to do that?
He didn't tell me that, but I'm willing to ask him if he was going to do that because I need to tell you, Paige, Brett's on the other line listening and wants to wish you a very happy birthday.
Guys, this is all a surprise.
Are you there, Brett?
Happy birthday.
Oh, my God.
Surprise!
We did it, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was your birthday.
Oh, come on.
You are not even.
They were going to bring out the flan with
Flan.
candles in it, but you left before the flan could come out.
Oh.
And, you ruined it. You ruined your own birthday.
Your fault.
Do you really expect me to believe that? Seriously? Come
I do.
on. Like, I'm not that stupid.
I know I don't. I want to get to know you.
What?
I want to know exactly how stupid you are.
So
Paige, come on. Go easy on this dude.
I mean, I thought I did go easy on him. I mean, I waited through dinner. Like, I kind of wanted to bail earlier, but I didn't.
So polite.
You're just going to have like this long history of just hard relationships because you don't tell people what your expectations are.
yeah, and you
that's a good
assume
point.
guys just like know things. We don't know anything, Paige.
Anything.
Don't
better
expect
at it.
anything from us.
Sure.
I mean, Brett, if you would have known it was her birthday, let's replay the day. What would you have done differently?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What would I have done differently? All sorts of things, presents and gifts of all different kinds.
Money.
And,
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a clown.
Uh-huh. You want me to put you on hold so you can think about it, and then we'll bring you back?
gold.
Oh, just gold bars. She was a pirate?
Not even
What?
jewelry, just pure gold.
I smelted this for
I mean,
you.
what do you think, Paige? Has a
That's an
man
offer.
ever given you gold before?
Maybe.
Oh.
Oh,
the bar
wow.
high.
I mean,
mean-
Brett, are you still interested? Paige, no offense, but you're a little high maintenance.
Call me maintenance man. Let's go out again.
Hey!
All right.
Maintenance man!
You know
I like
what?
that name.
I'm starting to sense a little bit of chemistry here now. So maybe this is the right time to ask Paige, would you like to go out with Brett one more time and we'll pay for it? You can replay your birthday and do it the right way.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I will say it's like double birthday.
That
This
sounds
guy is
fun.
definitely showing up with a gift this time.
Mhm.
What do you say, Paige?
But why? Like,
Why? It's because it's what you want.
Yeah, he's
He-
attractive,
he-
he's nice.
He finally knows what you want, and then he wants to give that to you. That's how relationships work, like
Yeah.
communication. Like
After the
you
birthday
say,
cake, Brett's going to show you why.
Whoa.
I just have a few more guys that have asked me out, and I'm kind of just going in a different direction, I think.
Put him back in line then. Put him back in the back of the line and see him in 2
come
months.
on.
I'll give you the cash equivalent of the date they pay for.
Just cash.
Now you're just paid for her.
You've already paid for the dating subscription, dude. Don't keep paying.
You guys have to see her. She has a right to act this way, if I'm going to be
Oh my god.
I did forget that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sounds
that was
like
my
my
bad,
type.
Brett.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
It's
You're
gonna
right, bro.
end badly.
Brett, I'm so sorry, dude.
Dude, every date from now on, just act like one of the three wise men and bring as many gifts as possible.
Yeah. Always have a birthday
Yeah.
cake in the trunk.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
How soon is too soon to share your life's ambitions when you're on a first date?
Oh, I think that's a great thing to share right off the bat.
Yeah, sure.
I guess unless your life's ambition is to set the world record for the most breakups in history. Probably not a good idea
Good point.
on a first date.
Oh.
But Brad's on the phone for a second date update right now, and his email said that he had a wonderful date and they shared their life's ambitions.
Ooh.
That's
Brad.
awesome.
Sounds very deep for a first date.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was too much. I thought it was a nice, conversation topic.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Or a lot of pressure, depending on if you
Yeah.
have figured those things out or not, right?
I want to have babies tomorrow. We'll get to that part in a second, but what's the name of the girl you want to call today?
Tracy.
All right, and how did you meet Tracy?
I met her through, a dating app.
Okay, what did you like about her?
I mean, she seemed, super cool in that she thought I was funny, so that's always a good thing.
Is that rare?
Rarer than it should be.
Okay,
All right.
valid.
So tell us about your date. What'd you guys do?
She actually wanted to pick the place. I was something she was pretty insistent on. So I was like, yeah, sure. And it was something I hadn't heard of. And you get this, she actually put her name on a list for us and then got us in with it.
Wait, so it's like a hard place to get into? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea. The place ended up being, totally packed.
Whoa.
And, I was just, waiting around. And then this girl just came up to me and she was like, hey, are you Brad? I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? And that ended up being Tracy. And she was like, hey, I put my name on the list. Don't worry, we got a table. And then just brought me right on over.
Whoa,
Oh.
VIP.
So
That's
she was
cool.
like a baller at this restaurant. Is she like a big foodie or something? Why was she so into this place?
I mean, I don't think it was anything in particular, like a foodie, but I mean, we sat down and the food was bomb. It was so good.
Ooh.
So I mean, I guess she knew her stuff. I'm super glad I let her pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So she makes good selections when it comes to restaurants. Is there anything else you liked about her?
I mean, we just got to talking, and like I said, she thought I was funny, so I was super into that. But we got to talking, and it was kind of crazy. We actually ended up we went to the same elementary school, but different years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's a funny
Yeah.
coincidence.
And then we actually had this friend Rob, who's our mutual friend, that we had no idea that we both knew each other. So I wish Rob would have introduced us earlier.
Yeah, what a small world.
That's cool.
Any chance you could be related and not know it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And you guys, I mean, you said you had talked about your life's ambitions. How did that come up?
So I was talking to her actually about my dog, and she kind of made a little segment. She was like, actually, I want to work with dogs and animals for my ambitions of life.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you say, oh, you can take my dog. I don't want him anymore. That could have probably turned her off.
No, absolutely not. No, she was super into it. She was like, yeah, I want to open up a place for rescue pets, pets that come from bad homes and that kind of stuff. And I was just blown away. I was like, wow. like started liking her even more because of that. Because she got like a big heart and stuff.
So this all sounds perfect. I mean, if she's not calling you back, there has to have been something that was weird.
Yeah, I mean, it could be when I like shared my dreams with her about like what I wanted to do.
Uh-oh.
What are yours?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while, and I really want to open up this Jurassic Park themed bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell us more.
Right. You see the ones that have like the different like Game of Thrones, like Anchorman bars. So I want to do a Jurassic theme park like bar.
Whoa.
Everything would be dinosaur. You would have like food and drinks that would be dinosaur themed. Okay. I want to do this drink called a Velocirita.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's like a margarita, but it's a Velocirita.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's exactly like it's a margarita, but you call it a Velocirita.
Right.
I like it. I mean,
Wait,
it could catch on. Who knows? And you think that she didn't think that your dream of having a Jurassic Park themed bar was noble enough or something?
I mean, it did kind of feel like a little rough next to her, big like adult dream of open up an animal sanctuary.
Well, what was
I guess it's kind of like, I want to open up an animal sanctuary. I want a race car bed.
Yeah. I want to play with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What was her reaction, though? What did she say to you?
I mean, she was very sweet and supportive. She was like, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun. Pats your hand. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, tell me that you guys wouldn't enjoy going to that. Like the bartenders and waiters would be like dressed up, like park rangers.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's
I'm
going there with the T-Rex inflatable costume, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I like the idea.
It'd be fun.
How did the date end with her?
I mean, the date was nice. We didn't kiss, but it was a nice hug. It didn't seem like weird. I thought we would continue texting, but I haven't heard anything back from her since.
Huh.
Weird.
That'd be strange for the Jurassic Park bar to be like the biggest turnoff where you wouldn't want to see somebody again.
Yeah, that'd be a big old bummer because I thought it sounded fun.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe she stole your idea? That's why she's not calling you back?
Just in construction right now.
Oh my gosh, that would no. I don't think she stole my idea. Maybe I should have said something like I would donate, 5% of my proceeds from my bar, like to her animal charity or something.
That would have been a good line.
Yeah.
Maybe you could try it if we get her on the phone. You can try it then. Be like, I thought a lot about it, and you can have 5% of.
Not a bad backup plan.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks, man.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and today Brad is on the phone, and Brad doesn't know it yet, but he and I are now business partners because I've decided to invest in his business. Because Brad wants to open a Jurassic Park themed bar.
Wow.
Be pretty fun.
Yep. And Brad, I will only invest in your bar if we can also have a drink called the Pterodactyl.
That's cute, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
If the waiters who are dressed like park rangers actually get to tase people, too.
Whoa.
Like anybody's getting out of control.
I mean, that might be a little much.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that one over the negotiating table. Right now, we got to find you a second date. Brad wants to call Tracy. They went out for a nice dinner, and he thinks maybe the fact that he wants to open up a Jurassic Park bar might be the reason she's not calling back, because they were sharing their life's ambitions, and hers was all like, I want to open up a sanctuary for animals and do all kinds of nice things, and Brad just wants to get people drunk Jurassic Park style. So,
No, I mean, I would love to go on a second date with this girl, so I hope this works out.
Even if she mocks your dream of Jurassic Park World?
I mean, it is kind of childish. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but that's why it's fun.
Hey, the world needs fun just as much as it needs healthy pets.
maybe combine the two. Get the pets drunk.
No.
Jurassic Park bar.
Hey, you guys actually have some pretty good ideas. I might take you on as, like, investors legit.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Look forward to it.
Yay.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Tracy?
Yeah.
Hey, Tracy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm not interested, but thank you.
No, that's a lot of people aren't interested, but I'm not. Are you still there?
That's awesome. It's not a telemarketing call.
Wait, what's going on? Wait, why are there like a million people on this phone call right now?
Well, there's really only 3 because it's a radio show. We're not a company trying to sell you anything. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And we're calling you because one of our listeners emailed us to get a hold of you.
Okay.
Okay. His name is Brad, and Brad is curious why you're not answering any of his texts or his phone calls or anything.
Just tell Brad that I'm not interested.
Okay.
Well, that was quick.
I think he knows that already. We don't need to tell him that. He already is very aware. But is there a reason?
He's an opportunist.
He's an opportunist? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Why do you think he was using you for some reason?
Yeah, I'm not falling for it. Like, just other people have been trying to take advantage of my situation, and I'm just not having it.
Well, Tracy, we talked to Brad about your date. He didn't mention any situation. He just said that you guys had a good time and then talked about your hopes and dreams together. And
No, he knows the deal.
He knows the deal? Is that what you said?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't be calling us if he knew the deal.
Can you tell us the deal? Then maybe we can find out if he knows the deal. Let's make a deal.
Honestly, I'd rather not go into it. I'd rather not say anything else.
He described your date as lovely, and he thought that maybe the only thing that turned you off about him was that he wants to open a Jurassic Park themed bar someday.
That was an interesting idea. Not that original, honestly.
Okay. Is that the reason? Can you give us anything? Can you just give us a little bit of information why you're not calling him back?
So not that long ago, I won the lottery.
What?
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wait, what kind of lottery? Like you won $50 off a scratch ticket, or you won the lottery?
How much? Are you a millionaire?
No. I could leave my job kind of for a while if I really wanted to.
Dude, how fun! Congratulations.
I want some.
Thanks.
Is this after you met Brad?
No, it was before.
Oh, okay. I just figured maybe you won the lottery and you were looking for an upgrade. That's why you weren't calling back.
No.
So do you think that he knows that and he just wants you for money? Is that what you're saying with opportunist?
I think he figured it out, at least pretty early on in our date.
How?
Why?
Well, we had gone to a busy restaurant, so I put my last name down, so he heard that called out, and then we also have a mutual friend, and I came back from the bathroom at one point, and he was on his phone, and I just, no, he was either Googling me or, talking to our friend Rob, because then after that point, he started talking about his bar and getting funded and stuff, and...
Oh, did he hit you up for money?
I mean, not in so many words, but it was just out of the blue, now he's talking about how he wants to get this bar and it's his dream and he wants to get it funded.
Okay, wait, can I just ask, before you think he Googled you and found out that you won the lottery, how were things going?
It was okay. It was a little awkward, but...
And after he Googled you, do you think his attitude changed?
It just seemed like there was a shift in what way he was pursuing the conversation.
Yeah.
Like you came back from the bathroom and he had a business plan all ready to go?
Yeah, pretty much. Just where do you see yourself? I don't know.
I just think it's weird that he would have known because he didn't mention that at all to us. Mm-hmm. I think he may still be in the dark.
I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I'm just very wary of getting into anything like that.
Yeah, but what if you're just being paranoid because you won the lottery?
Yeah, but it's even if he doesn't know yet, then I don't know how he's going to react. And if he already has all these grand ideas of funding a bar, I don't want to be his girlfriend that's right there and he's going to be asking me for money. I'm not going to fund your bar. I hardly know you.
Well, Tracy, I hate to tell you this, but if he was in the dark, now he's not because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy. It's Brad. What's up?
This is awkward.
Yeah, awkward for you. Imagine listening to it.
Listen, I had no idea you won the lottery. That's crazy. That's awesome. We can talk about that later if you want, but I'm not.
No, I don't really want to talk about it with anyone. It's not something I like to discuss, really.
I think you're really jumping to conclusions here. I didn't have any idea who you were. I didn't realize you won the lottery. On the date, you said I was on my phone and stuff. I mean, I was just checking my texts and everything. I wasn't Googling you. I was just trying to enjoy our time, and I guess it's just a nervous habit of picking up my phone.
Yeah, I mean, I just found it weird that I came back from the bathroom and you were on your phone, and then right after that, that's when you start talking about your bar and how you're going to be looking for funding and how you need money, and it was just dollar signs everywhere.
I will say, Brad, did you start talking about funding though, or did you start talking about your dream?
I was just kind of talking about investors and that kind of stuff. But I wasn't saying that for her to like invest in me. I had no idea she had money, but like she seems really into the idea. So, you know, if she wanted to invest in it, that would be even cooler. Like we could do that together.
What do you think, Tracy?
God, you're right, Tracy.
That's bad timing, though, to say that.
Brett, I don't think you understand like how many people are constantly trying to take advantage of me for the fact that I won the lottery. So you're like missing the point completely here when you like are talking about if I want to do this, then you'd be cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you. Like, but it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to go start your animal sanctuary, you go do that. But I'm probably going to make a Jurassic bar, so if you want to be part of that, that'd be fun.
Brad, what are you doing?
Bro.
I'm just talking. We're making conversation about, like, what we want to do with our lives. I mean, wouldn't that be fun, Tracy?
Brad, I'm not talking to you about this, especially here. Like, I know it sounds cool, but it's honestly really stressful, and like I don't want to deal with this.
This is like the perfect opportunity for you, though, because like you could make even more money.
Oh my God, I feel so bad for you, Tracy. I thought you were being paranoid at the beginning of this, and you were so spot on.
But he didn't know at first.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I didn't know before, but like now I know. So this seems like a cool thing for her to do. I mean, it wouldn't even be like a big investment. It'd be like a few $1,000s just for like a cool Jurassic bar.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Brad, you should probably focus less on her investing and more on wanting to actually go out with her. That's what I would think.
I mean, like, why not both? Like, Tracy, wouldn't it be cool if we did this together, like, as a couple? You seem to be into it. You like animals. Dinosaurs are animals.
I don't think anybody rescued them.
I mean, wouldn't that be fun, Tracy? What do you think? Come on.
No, I'm pretty over this conversation right now. Like this.
All right. Well, Tracy, before you go, I do have a question for you. It doesn't involve you paying for anything. It actually involves us paying. Because would you like to go out on a second date with Brad? We will pay for it.
He seemed really nice at first, but I think we're just like on two different mindsets, and I'm gonna have to say no.
Oh my God, I don't blame you. I don't know how you're ever gonna go out on a date without it being some sort of business pitch.
Yeah, anybody.
I mean, guys, it's not a business pitch. It's just like it's a hobby. So she wouldn't have to do anything. All she would do is just put a couple thousand in, and then just watch the money grow.
What do you think, Tracy? Is it still a no?
Yeah, it's still a no.
Oh.
I gotta go.
Man, I didn't even get an opportunity to pitch my business.
Yeah, okay, guys. Oh,
Sorry,
man.
Brad. Looks like you lost out on a date and a potential investor.
I mean, so guys, like I didn't even like prepare for this like properly. If you guys could get her, back on the phone or maybe an email or something, and I want to give her like a proper business pitch, and I think she'd really go for it.
Stop, Brad.
Yeah.
Stop.
I think you got the point perfectly. She's definitely interested in that, Brad. So good luck. I'll let you handle that, okay? You keep reaching out to her.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. Quite a few of them, actually, that say that they would love to invest in a new Jurassic Park-themed bar. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And today's second date update, this dude, Brad, wanted to call Tracy because they went out and he thought maybe he wasn't going to call back because he wasn't sensitive enough to what she wanted to do with her life. She wanted to like help with like an animal shelter and help animals, and he just wants to open up a Jurassic Park themed bar. But the reason she wasn't calling back was because she won the lottery, and she believes that he found out that she won the lottery and he just wanted to go out with her for money. He didn't really help his case though when he spent the whole time trying to ask her to invest in his new business.
Yeah, I mean, she judged him fairly.
Yeah, I think so.
At first I thought, wow, jump into conclusions. Nope, that was the conclusion.
But he didn't know. I believe he didn't know. But the second he found out, he did exactly what he said he would do.
He was that person.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Today's second date is going to be an interesting one. We don't get a lot of requests from people who haven't seen somebody in a long time, but every once in a while we do. And Nova is on the phone today for a second date. The guy she wants to call, she went out with over a year ago.
Whoa.
Almost 2 years ago, it says. And her reason for wanting a second date with the guy is definitely something we've never done on this show before. I'm not going to tell. I'll let her tell it. Nova, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Very curious.
What's the name of the guy you want to call today?
His name is Craig.
Craig. And you went out with him like almost 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was a little over a year and a half ago.
And were you the one that didn't call him back originally?
Yes.
Why?
Okay.
Well, I felt like we had a really good date, and we ended up hooking up, but I was like in this phase in my life where I was kind of dating a lot, and I kind of felt like he really liked me, and I just wasn't ready for that.
Oh, I totally know
that makes sense.
Now you're ready. Now you're ready for it.
Kinda.
I would hope so.
Or open to it at least, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I have sort of a different motive for wanting to reconnect.
What's your motive?
So after I ghosted him and blew him off, a little bit later, I found out that I was pregnant.
What? Wait, with his kid?
To be 100% honest, I can't say for sure.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
So there's a couple people that it could be.
Yeah.
This is dramatic.
This isn't just a date. This is a life.
At the time, because I didn't know and I was sort of ready for it, I decided to do it on my own. So I have a beautiful daughter. And now that she's getting a little older, I'm kind of curious about her genes and where she comes from.
So she's almost 2. No, wait. Year and a half.
No, she's not even a year yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the math of conception to now.
Okay.
Trying to solve the mystery.
So now you want to call him and tell him that he might be the father. And ask him for a date.
How does that
Well,
work?
this is how I was hoping you guys could help me. So when I do the math, Craig is the most likely father.
Okay, and what are the odds here that we're talking? Like 80-20?
It's like 30-40, but he's the 40.
Okay.
You're the most sure.
So
you're the most positive about him.
a little bit better than 1 in 3 chance that it could be him.
I don't want to freak him out and tell him, like, you might be a father. So I was hoping you guys could just set me up on a second date with him. And then if it goes well, I could, like end up at his apartment and steal, like, a strand of hair or a toothbrush.
Oh, wow.
And then figure out if he's the father and then tell him.
Okay, so you want to try to steal some of his DNA. Not the DNA that got you pregnant, some other DNA.
That's a terrible thing to spring on somebody unless you're sure. And I don't know any other way to find out.
Okay, so you want us to get you a second date with him so that you can end up back at his place and steal something of his so you can take it to the doctor and see if he's the father of your kid.
Well, maybe I could, like, cheek swab him while he's sleeping and bring it in. I just don't want to bother him with it unless it's him.
I can't decide if this is like, it feels wrong, but I don't know if it's wrong. Like, if you're a guy, would you rather just know the upfront truth? Like, hey, there's a 1 in 3 chance you may be the dad. Do you want to get tested? Or do you want someone going behind your back and trying to
I don't know.
Go detective on you?
Just as somebody asking me, hey, or saying, I think you may be the father, do you want to get a test? I would flip out.
Would you say yes or no?
Oh, I'd say yes to the test for sure, but you'd instantly assume and you'd instantly be upset. I see what she means in that sense.
So here's the thing, though, Nova. If we get you a date with him, would you actually ever think about dating him?
Yeah, we really connected. I just wasn't in a place. And then, God, like, what do you call him up and say, I'm pregnant, it might be yours? I was in a weird situation.
Yeah.
Well, now it's even worse. I've already had the baby and it might be yours.
But are you going to tell him that you have a kid at all on your second date?
No, I'll probably just save that if I can help it until after I find out if he's the father.
Okay. All right, so the goal here is get you a second date so that you can steal his DNA.
That sounds so bad, but it's for the good.
Yeah.
You say it like that.
Okay, well, we'll do that. We'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, hang on. There's a lot riding on today's second date. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you're just joining us, Nova is on the phone and she wants to call a dude named Craig. They actually went out about 2 years ago. And, hey, Nova, did you guys hook up that night?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering because Nova had a baby not that long ago, and she thinks that Craig might be the father. So, yeah, okay. My detective skills tell me that you guys hooked up that night.
Yeah, normally one step leads to this last step.
And Nova wants to ask him out on another date, not necessarily because she really, really wants to see him again, but she wants to see if she can go out on a date with him and get back to his place so that she can take a toothbrush or something and get it DNA tested because she thinks he might be the father of her new baby. There's a couple other options, but Craig is 40% probably the father. My question to you, though, is you don't want us to say anything about you trying to steal his DNA to get a paternity test, right?
Yeah, obviously.
No, I don't want to freak him out for no reason. Like, imagine somebody telling you that. Like, I'll never get on a date with him.
Yeah.
I want to make sure he is the father before I lay that on him. So I just want you guys to set up just a nice second date.
Okay.
You have good intentions, I know, but the only question that I have is, have you actually already contacted him and he's just not getting back to you? Or is this the first time we'd be reaching out to him in over almost 2 years?
No, I haven't reached out to him because I don't know how to explain why I haven't been in touch in so long.
Okay.
So you haven't even tried to go out with him again. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. And then, I don't know, I guess I'll just say, hey, life got in the way. You know, she's busy. Because you're the one that stopped talking to him. He didn't even stop talking to you.
And life did get in the way.
Yeah.
I mean, that kept her busy for a while.
That's fine. Anything you need to say to get me a date.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm dialing his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Craig, please?
This is C.
Craig, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who'd you say this was?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show?
Uh-huh.
Did I win something?
No, not yet. You might have. I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, they can email us to get you on the phone to try to figure out what happened. And we got an email about you the other day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You've been out on any dates recently?
No, not in a long time.
Okay. You go on a date about 2 years ago?
Almost 2 years ago.
Maybe.
I need dates and times of all of the dates you've been on in the last 3 years, just to make sure we're safe.
Are you guys messing with me right now?
No, I'm not.
Well, that part he was kidding about, but...
We got an email from a girl named Nova. Do you remember Nova?
Yeah.
You went out with her probably about 2 years ago. Do you have a good memory of who she is?
Yeah.
Sounds like you don't at all.
You sure?
You remember her?
I remember Nova, yeah, but I mean, we went out on one date and then she kind of ghosted me.
Yeah, she told us that, and she feels bad about that. She's actually thought about you a lot since then, and so she emailed us to see if we could get a hold of you and ask if you'd go out with her again.
So let me get this straight. She emailed you, and now you guys are calling me on her behalf 2 years after we went on our date.
Yeah.
To ask me out on a date.
Yes. A lot can happen in 2 years. You're not, I mean, you said you haven't been on a date in a while, so you're not like, you don't have a girlfriend or anything now, do you?
Actually, no, not right now.
Okay.
So that's good timing.
I'm just kind of curious as to, like, why she's calling me now. Because, like, I tried calling her.
Were you mad after she ghosted you?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't happy about it. I thought we had a good time.
What she told us is that she just wasn't ready for a relationship. And, I mean, I think that maybe it scared her almost a little bit, like that there was potential between you guys.
Okay, so it seems a little weird to call somebody up after 2 years. Like,
yeah,
she thought about me after all that time. It just doesn't.
It proves that she's been thinking about you a lot.
Yeah.
You know what, Craig? Why don't I just let her tell it? Because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Good idea.
Are you serious?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Hey, Craig, it's a blast from the past. Nova is on the other line. Nova, are you still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, Craig.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I've been good. I heard you're single now. That's cool.
Can I ask, like, why you blew me off in the first place?
I know that back then I didn't do the right thing. I really liked you, and I could feel that you really liked me too. And I just felt like I wasn't in a place in my life to give what the relationship could have deserved.
Right.
I know that I should have at least said something to you, but I just didn't know what to say. And, it was the wrong thing. And I'm sorry. And I was hoping that you would go out with me again.
So you didn't feel like it back then, but now you do feel like it.
Right.
You know how it is, Craig. Like, you might stop talking to somebody, and then you just get this feeling in your belly, like, oh, man, I got to talk to him. Like you just think about him. You get butterflies. You get funny feelings in your stomach, And then you think about him for a long time, and then you might reach out to him later. I think that's just what's going on here. She's been thinking about you for a while.
Doesn't want you to get
I
away.
think that we went on one date, and the fact that you're still on my mind could mean something.
Well, I mean, if it was like a week later or like even a month later, but like 2 years and you don't even reach out, like I called you, I texted you, and you just like you could have at least been decent and you could have just told me that you were in a different place or something. You could have just told me that at the time.
Right.
I know. I did not do the right thing. And I know it's only been 2 years, but I have matured a lot and been through a lot. And I mean, I think about all of the guys that I've dated, and there have been a lot. And you were the nicest, sweetest guy that I came across. And I just felt like I had to take this chance and reach out.
So you dated a lot of people. Does that mean like you hooked up with a lot of people?
Wait, is that a bad thing, Craig? I mean, you guys weren't dating.
I don't know. Like somebody goes out, they start dating a bunch of people, and then they just want to go through the cycle again. Like I don't want to just be somebody that just gets used and disregarded.
You don't want to be like a booty call every 2 years?
2-year booty call?
Yeah.
If it helps, it's been over a year since I've dated.
And Craig, I mean, you got to give her credit. She admits that she handled the situation wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't try to like play you and bring you down a path and then dump you. Like, you got to have some respect for her there. I mean, I know it sucks to be ghosted, but she's owning up to it.
Yeah, like, is there a problem? Are you seeing somebody else, or?
I mean, honestly, no, I'm not seeing anybody. I was dating somebody for a little bit, but we broke up a couple of months ago. So, like, I'd be interested in catching up and seeing what's been going on, over this last year with you.
Oh, you would?
Good.
That's good.
Okay, well, Craig, I'll officially ask then, would you go on a second date with Nova? We will pay for it. Just the date.
Yeah.
Just the date.
Yay.
I mean, yeah, we did have a connection that night, I felt, so I would be interested in seeing you again and see if it's still there.
Who knows? Maybe this one could end up like your last one back at your place.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on a second. I never told you guys that she ended up coming back to my place. Did she tell you that?
Yeah, she told us that. She said that, like you guys hooked up the time you went out. And it was so good, it stuck with her all this time.
Yeah, I mean, did your number change or something? Like, you want to text me or call me and we, like, figure it all out?
Yeah, I have your number. I gave it to the radio station.
Oh, right. Duh.
All right, sweet.
Well, oh, my God.
You did it.
Congratulations, Nova. You got your second date. Craig, I think it'll be cool for you guys to reconnect,
Good luck.
Oh, my gosh. And you guys have to give us an update of how it goes.
Please, God, yes.
We will.
Okay.
All right, Craig. Well, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you talking to us, and good luck on your date.
Yeah, have fun.
Thanks.
All right. Bye. See you. Okay, Nova.
Oh, my God.
Shut
You're
up.
in there.
It's
You got your
happening.
date.
We did it.
Now, you have to promise us that you'll give us an update if you
tell
get
us how you did
his
it.
DNA and get a paternity test done, okay?
I will.
All right.
This is
Seriously, you have. If I see you on Maury Povich before this show, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, my God.
I would never.
We got an email into the show that said, if I had to describe my date in one word, it would be awkward.
Okay. I mean, this is right up our alley.
I didn't even have to read anymore after
Yeah.
that. I was like, yes, I'm tired of hearing about gushy romantic dates from people. Let's just call this train wreck. Give us a real challenge. And that's the story of how Aaron got on the phone with us today. Aaron, thanks for being with us, you little dumpster fire, you.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, Aaron, I never understand. If your date is described as awkward, why do you want to call this person?
I need like a restart, like a redo.
Oh, it's your fault. I hear what you're saying. It's your fault it was awkward.
That's what all the train wrecks say. Wish we could just do this over again.
To be honest, it really wasn't like my fault, her fault. Like, it just was a really, really bad situation.
Ooh. Now I'm dying to know.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what happened. First, start with the girl. What's her name?
Okay, so her name's Monica.
Okay, where'd you meet her?
I just met her off a dating app.
Okay.
Okay. What'd you guys do?
Yeah, it was just like a normal like coffee date, and like to be honest, it just really ended up to be like messed up. It sucked.
Coffee dates are like the safest dates you can have. They're not very long.
No, but if they get your drink wrong, train wreck.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean-
2 pumps of vanilla instead of 4.
Oh, I'm never calling her again.
You can add a little something extra to that coffee. Pour a little something in, make it a little extra fun. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
No?
You're talking about alcohol.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Okay.
I thought that was sly.
This is what happened, guys. This is what happened. I had no control over this at all. Most awkward thing ever to happen to me in my life on a date.
Okay.
Ooh,
What was it?
Hear.
Take a girl to a coffee shop thinking safe coffee date, whatever, right? End up getting there to the window, and who do I see? My ex-girlfriend works at the coffee shop.
Oh, no. You honestly had no idea?
Dude, I didn't know anything about this. Trust me. My heart drops, butterflies. I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is insane. This is really happening. Anyways, I try to play it off, okay? I really just try to keep it cool. I pay for our drinks. We sit down. We wait for our drinks, right? She's kind of looking at us, and then I'm kind of like looking, but then I'm like trying to participate in this date, but I'm totally distracted by this other situation that just arose.
So, hold on. Did you tell your date about the fact that your ex is working as a...
No, I'm just meeting this person for pretty much the first time ever. If I do that, it'd be like red flags. I'd probably never ever see this.
Well, and your ex is pissed. Your ex is also mad at you at this point.
Yeah.
I'm a little frustrated myself because I'm caught in this limbo. But look, I try to play it cool, whatever. Anyways, she comes and brings the coffee to us.
Oh, yeah, she does.
I was going to be like, did she not notice you?
If I was in this situation, I was at work, I would have like my coworker, hey, I'm in a situation, I see my ex.
She just wanted the extra tip for good service, probably.
Yeah. She goes off not only to do this, but then starts letting me know about where she's at in life. Why she took on this job. And just starts like going off, and then the whole time that like my ex is just ranting, I'm just like, I'm looking at Monica. Monica's looking at me. I'm like looking at my ex. Everyone's kind of looking. I don't even know what to do.
I mean, at this point, Monica knows that this is your ex, right? Is Monica pissed?
I mean, she was understanding, but it was just weird,
Did she believe you that you didn't know that the ex worked there?
I hope.
I wouldn't believe you.
I wouldn't either.
Would you believe him?
No, I wouldn't believe him.
Because if I was you, Aaron, and I had seen my ex in the coffee shop, I would have been like, oh, hey, by the way, maybe we should go across the street to the other coffee shop instead of sitting down.
You're right. I should have just totally left. Yeah.
Or just like, hey, my stomach hurts. I don't want coffee. Let's go for a walk. Like anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, after the situation had happened where she dropped off the drinks and I explained the situation to Monica, I asked her if she felt comfortable and wanted to leave, and she said, no, it's okay, we can stay. So
how much longer were you there with Monica?
we were there for probably like 20, 30 minutes, to be honest. And like, we moved to outside to give some like personal space, from my ex. But I could just see her, like I could feel her energy. I can see her looking at me, man. It's like the neighborhood watch,
Yeah.
Oh my God, you cannot blame her for this one. I would totally do that. Staring.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Oh, this is such bad timing.
And Aaron, I have something else that I need to tell you. Your ex is actually in the room with us right now. She wants to talk with you.
What?
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just playing around. We're going to play a song.
Okay, cool, because I just kind of want to, move forward in my life, not go back.
Well, let's do that. We'll play a song, we'll come back, and we'll call your date Monica for you, and we'll try and get you your second date update, all right?
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we've got a guy named Aaron on the phone, and I got to say, I am so proud of us.
Really?
Yeah.
We haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
No, we did.
What?
We made it through a whole part one about a coffee date and didn't make a single coffee pun.
Well, why would we?
That's just what we do, I feel like.
Okay.
Do you know how many puns we could have made in that first part?
I mean, it's
Not
grounds,
a latte?
It's grounds.
Yeah,
for this.
a whole latte.
No.
A whole lot of puns. But, okay, we've ruined it now.
Okay.
Yeah, we all tried to say one at the same time.
Yeah.
That's how bad.
We're not very good at our jobs.
No, we're not.
So maybe we should just talk to Aaron.
We should talk or we should vent, hey?
Aaron, let's
Okay.
stop.
It's officially the worst second date ever. I'm sorry, Aaron.
That's your fault, Jeffrey. I
Yeah.
want you to take the blame for that, and I want you to apologize to everyone.
I do. But if you're just tuning in and you missed the first part, Aaron took out a girl named Monica to a coffee date. And the really awkward thing about it was that Aaron's ex-girlfriend worked as a barista there. He claims he didn't know that beforehand.
Yeah.
But she even delivered them their food and their drinks, told them about why she was working as a barista there. It got really awkward really quick.
Aaron, what do you think your biggest mistake was here?
To be honest, I don't know where to start. I don't know what I did wrong.
Too many things.
I would say walking through the door when you saw your ex was inside. Yeah.
Now I got this tainted narrative where people think I'm a player or something.
No, no one thinks that. They just think you're an idiot.
I think you're a player, bro.
I was just trying to live a life and go on a nice, healthy date. That's it.
All right, Aaron, I feel you.
All right, playa, let's
Playa,
call this
playa.
girl for you and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's dial the number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
this is her.
Hi, Monica. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I'm a radio host.
Show some respect.
Yeah. And I host the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
He's also a sassy pants.
Yeah, he's all sassy.
Okay, are you sure you meant to call me? I don't know, I'm at work.
You don't listen to our show, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we meant to call you.
Yeah. We're doing something called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if the person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
And so somebody emailed us about you recently. His name's Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember Aaron?
How could you forget Aaron?
I don't know.
So Aaron told us that he took you out on a date recently. He admits didn't go quite the way that he saw it going, but he really had a good time with you and is hoping to see you again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It was kind of an interesting situation.
Yeah, I mean, what he really wants is a redo of the date because he said that when he went there, his ex happened to be working as a barista, something that he didn't know going into this.
Do you believe him that he didn't know that his ex was working there?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't think he intentionally took me there, but he got there before me, so, there's no possible way that he could have not seen her, and, I don't understand why we stayed there. You know what I mean? We could have gone anywhere else.
Yeah, totally.
But she was wearing a different outfit, so maybe it blended into the background where he didn't notice.
I just think that he made it.
No, I agree. You don't walk into a coffee shop and look at every single employee and
No,
see
Yeah,
their face.
you just see green
guys,
apron, green apron, green apron, and it kind of blends in.
Yeah, when an ex is out, it's like a beacon, okay? It's
sounds
like you're a
tingling.
moth, and then the ex is the light, and you go to the ex no matter what. It's
Oh.
the first thing you see no matter what.
Well, I think that's some
No,
personal issues
it's
that
not.
you guys
I'm
have.
telling you.
Anyway.
Monica will back me too.
Let's bring it back to the date. So Monica, are you telling us that was the problem for your date, that you were turned off because his ex was there?
Awkward doesn't even begin to describe how weird it was.
Right.
It was she made the point to come over. She, brought us our drinks. and she kind of just like leaned like really hard into him and kind of just like went off.
The thing is, Aaron told us all that he's aware that all that happened, and he's really remorseful. Wish that it never happened.
That part's true. I
So-
mean, he wanted to crawl under the table, I think, and just curl up in a ball.
Could you give him the benefit of the doubt there?
I mean, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
After this all happened, I felt like it was really weird and that there was something kind of missing, or I don't know. I felt like I had to kind of go back, and I ended up talking to his ex.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, something missing like she forgot to put sugar into the coffee?
Hold up. No. You went back to the coffee shop and talked to the ex?
Well, it was so weird because you could tell that like she wasn't over him and that,
But why would you even put energy into that? I mean, what possibly could you talk to her about?
I mean, I just wanted to kind of hear her side of everything, and I didn't know if I was reading it wrong, and so I wanted to make sure, because if I was going to go out with him again, I didn't want to get in the way of something if there's the potential that they might get back together.
Are you playing like relationship counselor to them? Like, what did you say to her?
I mean, we ended up talking, and she just, she really, really misses him, and it just, she was telling me about all these really romantic interactions that they had together, and it was a lot. And
What the hell is going on? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Oh, hold on.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, hold on, Aaron.
I don't even like my ex-girlfriend. That's why she's my
Hold
ex.
on, Aaron. Hold on. Monica, I needed to tell you that
crazy.
Aaron's been on the other line listening, and he heard everything that you said. Aaron, you're supposed to wait till we call you in.
Yeah, it's an organized thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That has to be the most
my God.
craziest thing that's happened to me in my life.
Okay, wait. You think that I'm the crazy one? What are you even talking about?
You are out of your mind, little girl. You're gnarly.
Wait, Aaron, you think she's crazy for going to talk to the ex at the coffee shop where you had your first date?
I would never do that to somebody. I would never do that.
No, wait, she likes you. So if she really likes you, she has an opportunity to make sure you're a cool guy.
Aaron, you're the one that introduced her to your ex.
By accident.
No, what do you mean introduce? She just ended up being at the coffee shop. I didn't introduce. What?
Monica, what are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I think the fact that he's calling me crazy when this whole entire scenario was his fault is ridiculous. And I don't think I'm being crazy, because I think that it's kind of a girl code thing. Like, I'm not going to get in the middle of two people that, have the potential of getting back together.
What do you mean, girl code? I'm not with her anymore. I'm hanging out with you. Like,
Dude,
like
you
a real
sent
world.
me to her work. What do you want me to say? Like, you
Gnarly.
saw her, and then we still continued to have a date.
You are
there in
gnarly.
front of her.
Thank you for telling me that. I don't want to go out on a date. I don't ever. I regret.
Aaron, we're
Hold
not there
on.
yet. Hold on.
So wait, Monica, are you still talking to Aaron's ex?
Oh God.
No, I'm not talking to her right now, but obviously, like, we've been texting. Like, it's.
Are you nuts?
Well, what are you guys talking about?
We're just talking about Aaron and, like, how amazing and beautiful their relationship was together, and how it could still be amazing if they decided to move forward. Like, it's really, my heart goes out to her. It's never, she's obviously not over him.
Oh, but he's over her.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron is interested anymore. I feel like you're kind of gaslighting her, giving her hope where there's not hope.
I mean, I'm just listening. I'm being a sounding board for her, and she's just kind of talking through stuff with me, and that's fine with me.
Okay.
Can I have any say in my love life here? I mean, this sounds kooky.
No. You're not allowed to do that, Aaron.
Hey, we're trying to talk about your love life now, so be quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, you both sound a little cuckoo, but sometimes that works out.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Aaron, I mean, do you have any lasting feelings for your ex?
No, and now knowing this girl sounds like, I think you guys should hang out.
Oh, that's a great idea. Actually, you know what, Aaron? I would like to offer you and Monica and your ex to go out on another
A
date.
three-way date.
We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know a great coffee shop.
There we go.
Come on,
Monica's on board.
Taking you to that coffee shop, knowing that you went back to talk to my ex, now being on the radio, this has to be by far now the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
I'm glad we could do that for you, Aaron.
You're welcome. We're memorable.
Yeah.
Wow, Aaron, you really do make bad decisions, don't you?
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Weekdays 6 till 10.
1049 Virgin Radio. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone to do a second date update today had a very awkward moment on his first date that most people can relate to.
Okay.
You know how when your date starts off and you accidentally run over a pedestrian?
Whoa, what?
Yeah, that is so awkward when that happens, isn't it?
A little more than awkward.
What's up, Joshua? How you doing?
Hey, Brooke and Jubal.
Is he calling us from jail? Because I'm pretty sure it's a felony or something.
I'm not calling from prison, no.
Oh, so you didn't get caught?
No, I definitely got caught.
Oh.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what happened, because your email just said, I need a do-over because I ran over somebody.
Oh, my God.
And that's very confusing. It's like, all right, we'll do a second date update on that. What does that mean?
So here's what happened. I met Kara on eHarmony.
Okay.
She's great. And we decided we're going to go to a concert because we both really dig on music. And I pick her up at a coffee shop, and we're talking, and it's awesome, and I'm just really into the conversation. And then I accidentally ran over somebody.
No, you don't just throw that in there so casually. Like, I pick her up, the conversation's great. Oh.
And then also, yeah, we heard a little thump, and then I realized, did it again. Ran over a person.
Speed bump.
Okay, so people freaked out, but it was not my fault.
Wait, okay, but clarify for me. When you say ran over a person, do you mean like full speed ahead, like thump over a person?
No, I was at a stoplight. It had turned green. I don't know if the guy was hurrying to get somewhere, but he darted in the road, and I figured that it was clear to go. I didn't see him, and Kara yells, "You hit somebody," and I said, "What?"
You had to be told that you hit a pedestrian. You didn't just know that?
Well, I ran over his foot. Like, it was his foot.
Okay, so he didn't like hit your windshield and you didn't notice.
No, he didn't crack in the windshield.
Okay.
But I was really paying attention to her because I'm trying to be a better listener. And so I said, "What?" And there were no cars behind me, so I stopped the car and I put it in reverse and...
Ran over his other foot?
No, I didn't. I just, nicked his knee. I glanced off.
So you almost ran over him a second time.
That's an accurate statement, but in my defense, it was his fault.
No, there's no defense. And you don't sound guilty about this at all.
I have thought about this a lot, and I don't feel bad about it because this guy ran in front of the car, and I stayed. I filed the police report. You know, I got into a little bit of an argument with another person that was on the road about what had happened, but I think that she did not see everything that happened.
Right.
Wait, what was your date doing the entire time you're filling out a police report?
Well, she left.
Okay, so she took off. And what did she say to you about the whole situation? Did she say anything before she left?
Well, she stayed around and she was screaming a lot for a while.
I can understand
But
that.
again, I don't think that's me. I think that she had a family thing that it was bringing stuff up.
Another
So
person.
you're blaming past baggage for her wanting to leave?
I don't think it was about me.
Okay.
What was she screaming?
I mean, there was a lot of the "oh my gods." There was a lot of "this shouldn't be happening."
And is that the last you've heard from her?
I mean, I was shouting her name out as I noticed as she was leaving, and then the police officer was really stern with me paying attention to him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They usually
But
like
she
you.
might have said something else.
Okay.
But I didn't hear it.
So her walking away while you're filing a police report after accidentally running over some guy's foot is the last thing you've seen of her?
Yes.
All right.
Which, could actually be good for you because she sounds like a key witness in all of this, and I don't think that it was the other guy's fault.
But it was his fault. I have been to court about this. No charges are being pressed.
Yeah, because she wasn't there. Dude, you hit him twice, man.
The second time was a glance. So I disagree with the term hitting twice. Look, it was an accident. It just happened to take place with a really cute girl on a first date, and I just need a do-over. And it will be a do-over where we take public transportation or...
Is that because your license has been revoked?
No, I still have my license. Okay. It's just provisional, so I cannot drive at night.
Okay. So, have you tried to call her since then, though, or will this be your first attempt to reach out?
I texted her and I told her, hey, I know that was crazy. Sorry about the guy. The guy's doing okay.
And nothing? No response?
It's funny, like when you see the little dots with the text sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I saw that right afterwards, but then nothing. Nothing was done.
So she thought about responding to you and then stopped herself.
Yeah, it seems like maybe she started to say yes, of course, and then she was just nervous.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The following is a true story about real-life events that have actually taken place in our judicial system. The names and dates have not been changed. They're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same names and dates because it's really not that big of a deal, but it sounds cooler if I talk like this. And Joshua is on the phone today for a second date update. If you just missed the first part, he ran over a dude on his first date and had to give a police report and has had to go to court over it and everything else. He was found not guilty of any crime. He says that the guy jumped out in the crosswalk when he was not supposed to be in the crosswalk, and then he ran over his foot. And then when his date screamed, "Oh my God, you hit somebody," he reversed and sort of ran over the guy a second time.
Yeah.
And then his date, Kara, who we're about to call right now to figure out why she's not calling him back, even though we already kind of know,
Definitely no.
left while he was giving the police report, and he hasn't been able to talk to her since.
Josh, I mean, do you have an idea of how to come back from this? Because I don't think it's the accident that's so much the problem. It's your nonchalant attitude about running over a pedestrian.
Again, like the guy didn't tumble in front of the car and smash my windshield, and I didn't go, what? He ran in front of me, I got his foot, and then I kind of nicked his knee on the way back.
All right. It wasn't like you targeted this guy out of nowhere, like, hey, hold on 1 second. This guy needs to get run over. And then put on some AC/DC or something and went after him.
It wasn't like I maliciously ran over the dude. It was just an accident.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Kara, please?
This is Kara.
Hey, Kara, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Great. This is weird.
I can understand how you'd think that. I'm actually on the phone with you right now because we're doing a segment called the Second Date Update. And basically, we want to ask you some questions about a date that you went on recently with a guy named Joshua.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The thing is, he really liked you, and he asked us to call you and find out why you're not calling him back.
What?
Yeah.
He wanted what? He wanted you to call me?
Yes. He sent us an email and told us about your horrible first date.
What did he tell you? Exactly.
He told us that he met you on eHarmony, and you guys were on your way to a concert. And he said on the way to the concert, he was talking to you and wasn't paying attention, and some dude ran out in the crosswalk, and he ran over his foot. Then you screamed, and then he put the car in reverse and kind of hit the guy again.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
So is that the reason you're not calling him back, the whole accident? Because he said that you left while he was giving a police report.
I was pretty shaken up. I mean, I've never even seen anyone hit by a car, much less being in the car. I was in the car. I mean, it was so crazy. And then I had to tell him, you hit someone. And then we backed up and we hit him again.
Well,
but the guy was all right, right?
I mean, he did send me a text message later telling me that the guy was okay, but I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe he's just calling me to, ask me out on another date. Be like, oh, yeah, the guy's fine. Sure, you want to go out again? I mean, we hit someone on a date.
Okay, but that was an accident. I understand if you feel like that's a bad omen for a first
but like
date.
an accident, like what's going to happen on date number 2? What are we going to do?
There's all sorts of options now, I think. The crazy door has been opened. You guys can just run through it full speed together if you want.
I'm cool not going through that door. Like, I'm good.
Why wouldn't you text him back, though, after that and just say, hey, that was too much for me on a first date?
Look, there were other reasons. That was not the only reason. I was just done with that date.
Wait, there was more than hitting a pedestrian.
Yeah.
What's worse than that?
I mean, I'm not saying it's worse. Like, I'm not saying we, killed his family. Like,
that would be worse for sure.
But, I mean, I was on this date for, I don't know, 10 minutes prior to the
incident, we'll call it. I got in his car, and Joshua wears an ungodly amount of cologne.
Oh.
It was like being in the back of a cab in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Just horrible. Okay.
Instant
And you know what?
migraine.
Depending on the cologne, that could be worse than running over a person.
I mean, that person was okay. If I stayed in my car much longer, I would not have been okay.
So that's why you left. You didn't actually leave because of the pedestrian. You just didn't want to ride home.
I'll be honest, it was like, dude, my asthma was going to be like, hello. Like, there is no way. There is no way. And I'll be honest with you, like, I don't understand how it is that he could have sprayed that on himself in the morning and was like, yeah, I smell good. Like, no way.
Excuse me, can I talk now?
What's going on?
Okay, that's Joshua. He's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Kara, what is up? Why are you saying this? You know that's not true.
Joshua, look, I did not know you were on the phone. And I am really sorry that you had to hear it like that, but it is true. I'm sorry.
I put on a little bit of cologne because I cared about the date. I wasn't swimming in it.
I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad kind of right now. Like, I'm glad you cared about the date, but it's not that there's nothing wrong with, in general, putting cologne on, but don't you remember I rolled down the window? Like, it was really cold outside, and I rolled down the window, and I was like, hey, look at the fresh air. This is great. You didn't think anything was weird about that?
That was part of the distraction that, all right, look.
If you wouldn't have rolled down that window, he wouldn't have had to hit somebody.
I will have you know that I get a lot of compliments on my cologne, and the majority of them are not from family members.
Well, that's fine. Then they can go out with you and be in a small enclosed space and have asthma, but not me. I felt like I was going to die, okay? Not unlike the person you ran over, and I didn't have my extra inhaler with me.
Well, the person that I accidentally ran over his foot was nowhere close to death, which I would say is, maybe similar to how your cologne... Okay, look. All right? Okay, fine.
You're in such a predicament right now, Joshua.
It's not about the cologne. I cannot wear cologne. I can change that, all right? I just think that I got a good vibe from you before all of this stuff happened, and I'm sorry. And
which part are you sorry for? The cologne or the almost dead dude?
I mean, he's not almost dead. Come on.
Wow.
This was found out in a court of law. He was fine. But
honestly, like, I'm just trying to give you feedback about your cologne. Like, it just doesn't smell good, and the amount didn't smell good. And I'm not trying to be mean. It is what it is. And besides, I didn't know you were on the phone. They tricked me.
So wait, were you attracted to him before you smelled him? No, I'm serious, because the smell is automatic turnoff, but there could have been something pre-smell.
When I saw his pictures online and we communicated online, it was really cool. And when I saw him from far away, it was great. When I walked up close, not so great. But, and I don't mean like he was ugly. I mean like it was the smell. But from far away, it was good. I mean, it just like once you got closer.
Can you please stop talking about how bad I smelled?
Well, Josh, do you want to go back to talking about the guy that you hit? We have two options here.
Oh, that's a good point.
I feel like there's a door number 3 that we're not even talking about here, which is we were having a pretty good time before I hit someone. And,
That's a really weird thing to say. Okay, but anyway.
I know, I'm just acknowledging the elephant in the room that we've been talking about this whole time. But if when it comes to the cologne, I don't need to wear any cologne. I could just wear deodorant. I could not wear deodorant. I could not have any of that.
Please wear deodorant. I don't care if you're going out with me or not. You should be wearing deodorant and none of that like natural stuff, like actual deodorant.
So actual deodorant. Well, all right. How about this,
I
Kara?
don't use crystals. I have never used... Oh, okay.
Okay, let's not get into deodorant brands right now. I just want to ask Kara a question. Will you go out with Joshua one more time? You can take public transportation. He won't wear cologne, and we will pay for the date.
It's a pretty
Will you
good
go out
deal.
with him one more time?
Kara, come on. Please, just give me a second shot at this.
I feel like I'm on Let's Make a Deal.
We met on eHarmony. We are a great match for each other. We could end up with each other.
That's right. That's the place that claims to find the perfect people.
Yeah. I've seen the commercials.
eHarmony never said he would hit someone in a car either. So,
I mean, that would make for a weird ad campaign, but...
Yeah, that's true.
See, he's funny.
So, will you give him one more shot if he doesn't wear cologne? And you guys can talk about the whole car accident thing later, but
you have
will
to
you
say
give him another
yes.
chance?
okay, the thing is, it's like no cologne, not like pick another brand, like no cologne.
Joshua?
Like, I don't trust your ability to, like, bathe yourself in it.
If you go out with me, I promise I will not wear any cologne. I just feel like we had a good vibe before things happened.
Will you do it, Kara?
Okay, but if I show up and I smell anything on you, like any cologne, I'm leaving. And if your bumper is damaged or I see, like, blood or hair on the front of your car, we're done.
I have already cleaned the car. You can't see anything on it. So,
well, that's really good to know.
right.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Good. Congratulations, Joshua. You got a second date.
oh, Kara, I'm excited to see you again, and I promise you won't regret it.
Unless he runs over another person.
Oh, wow.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, I agree. I'd rather date a murderer than a guy who had bad cologne.
Oh, come on.
And I think personally, I agree too. If you missed today's second date update, this guy Joshua wanted to call this girl named Kara. He wasn't getting a call back, and he figured it was because he actually ran over a dude on their first date.
Yeah.
Now, it wasn't his fault. That's been proven in a court of law.
Yes.
A guy was crossing at the wrong time, and he kind of clipped the dude and then reversed and ran over his leg.
Again.
And he thought maybe that was a bit too much, and she thought he did it on purpose or something because he wasn't paying attention. But that wasn't the reason. The reason was it was because he was wearing very bad cologne.
Oh, man.
And she didn't even want to be in the car with him in the first place because his cologne was so terrible.
That's so sad, though, when you get in a car accident and she's like, thank God I can leave now.
Yeah.
This is my cue. Like, I have an excuse.
I know, she's actually excited because she just saw somebody get hit with a car. Like, oh, sweet. I get to stand outside and wait for the cops to show up. That's going to take a while. Fresh air. Yeah, if somebody has really bad cologne, it is terrible. Like, think about if you're in your office and you get on the elevator after somebody with bad cologne or bad perfume.
Oh, that's the worst. You can just smell their aftermath.
Disgusting. But anyway, they agreed to go on a second date. She actually said she would go out with him again.
Yeah.
I recommend they take an Uber. And he also can't wear any cologne on their date, which means he's probably so scared now he's not going to wear deodorant, cologne, not even shower, no soaps, and he's just going to smell terrible. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.